Hi, welcome to Victor Growth. My name is Vijay Jagadeesh. In this video, we are discussing about a landmark judgment from a Supreme Court to make menstrual health a fundamental right. After Puttaswamy case, where the right to privacy was made a fundamental right, there is another yet landmark judgment from Supreme Court to make the girl-child education better in the school. Let us go into the detail. So menstrual health as a fundamental right comes under Article 21 of the Constitution. Okay, 21 of the Constitution you should understand. Every time the Supreme Court has elaborated it, made it bigger, stronger, and every time they are adding more and more points into it. Okay, right to sleep is also under this. Right to education has come under this. Right to food also has come under Article 21. Okay, so we'll see this a complete, comprehensive, and exam-oriented content for the examination. Okay, so what is this? Supreme Court recognized menstrual health as a part of right to life and dignity. That is what the content of Article 21. Right to life and dignity under the Article 21. Okay, it reflected the living condition, not just an abstract ideals. It is not just an ideals which is in the textbook. It has to be a living condition for the girl child. Now, it has to be a dignified life for the girl child. That is very important. So, dignity, right to dignity is fundamental right. We already know about that. Now, they are including menstrual health also a dignified life under the Article 21. So, thereby the judgment expands the scope of Article 21. Now, in our exam point of view, this is always possible. What are the components that are coming under the Article 21? You should go and read this. I told you already, right to sleep, right to food, right to education, right to privacy, all this has been added under Article 21. Okay, so what are they saying about dignity, equality, freedom from stigma? There's a stigma associated, stereotype associated in the name of tradition, in the name of customs. We have that. Okay, so that has to come out. Okay, so lack of MHM. This I'm going to have a separate slide on this. Lack of MHM to stigma, humiliation. Okay, when the periods are coming for the girls, okay, we'll be humiliating them within the family. Okay, they will not be allowed inside the puja room. They will not be allowed into the temple. In fact, voluntarily they will not go to the temple. And you might have heard about the Sabarimala, where the menstruating women are not allowed into the temple. So there is a stigma attached to it inside this the same society where women are worshipped as a god as well. Okay, so there's an exclusion happening in this. Okay, so menstrual girls face stereotyping. I told you that. Okay, and shame in the school. That fear of that, most of the days what they'll do, they'll not go to the school. Whenever the periods are coming, whenever the menstrual things are coming, they'll not go to the school. Okay, they'll try to avoid this, try to avoid the shame in the school. Okay, so this denial of facility, there's a lack of facility in the school. This denial of facility violates equality and dignity. That is what Supreme Court is saying. Okay, and thereby they are saying that dignity is a central. Please copy down in all the classes. You should have a notebook. Write down the points. So dignity is a central to the constitutional morality. The constitutional morality, a couple of times they have asked, and a lot of time it is coming in the newspaper. Constitutional morality is also important word. So dignity is a central to constitutional morality. Okay. So privacy, bodily autonomy. That is another thing. Now, inseparable from the dignity. Privacy. Okay, dignity and privacy, they are inseparable is what Supreme Court is saying. Okay, girls must be able to manage the menstruation without fear or exposure. Without fear, very important. Okay, a lot of them they'll be fearing. They'll not be able to tell the teacher. They'll not be able to tell the friends. Okay, and they'll be having a fear on they'll get a fear of exposure. Okay, so that should be removed is what the Supreme Court is saying. So that is mainly because of lack of facilities forces the management by circumstances, not by choice. That means the management should take responsibility. Either a government-run school or a private-run school, they have a responsibility to manage this properly, and it violates the autonomy of the child. Please note down every point. It violates the constitutional autonomy of the child. Okay, they said dignity is getting affected, privacy is getting affected. Now they are saying constitutional autonomy of the child is getting affected. Okay, menstrual poverty. Now, menstruational and menstruational products which is available in the market is available at different rates, but still poverty forces them not to have access to it. And because of that, there may be an educational barrier is what Supreme Court is saying. See, inaccessibility causes absenteeism. I told you. The fear of leakage, they may be not coming to the school. The fear of something getting exposed, they will not come to the school. Absenteeism, dropouts. I'll tell you one thing today. See, we have started midday meal scheme in 1970s, 1980s so that the children can come to the school. That is the first phase of the increasing the enrollment in the school. Today, there's a second phase we have to bring. We have to construct more toilets. We have to create sanitation facilities, and we have to create facilities for the girl child to have a safe menstrual health. Then only the dropouts can be reduced and we can have more enrollments. That is what the Supreme Court is saying. Unsafe practices, you might have seen in the I think Akshay Kumar's movie, okay, that unsafe practices she is practicing, lack of products, okay, it is, I will not say it is costly, but still people are not able to access it, okay, poverty is attached to it, okay, girl loses equal participation, please note down this point, girl loses equal participation. That means because girl is going for menstruation, she is not coming to the school. Because of she is not coming to school, she is lacking in the studies. Because she is lacking in the studies, she is not going up in the career. Understood? So this disparity in the gender is also associated with this. Thereby, long-term impact on education and empowerment of the women. So menstrual poverty affects the education for girl child. Now they have included, now so far I was telling you Article 21, right? Now Article 21A I am bringing. What is Article 21A? Under 86th Amendment of the Constitution, we brought right to education as a fundamental right under Article 21A. So free education must be provided between the age of 6 to 14. That we all know. We all know that 6 to 14, free and compulsory education has to be provided by the state. But now the sanitary needs are part of the educational access. Again, they are not able to come to the school because there is no sanitary access there. There is no separate toilets available. Forget about sanitary infrastructure. There is no, I'll tell you, there is no, this one, sanitary pads, vending machine is not there. Forget about that. There is no even toilets available. Lack of toilets, there's a huge drop in the women education or the girls' education in the school. So sanitary needs are the part of educational access. They are saying state cannot force choice between dignity and education. Either you come for education, undermining dignity. If you're too much concerned about dignity, don't come to the education. That choice we cannot give. We have to maintain the dignity along with the education. Denial defeats the purpose of free compulsory education. Understand, very important point Supreme Court is saying. It is saying that if you don't give the sanitary infrastructure to the girls, they are not coming to the school. Thereby, the right to education has no purpose in it. Understood? That's a very important, valuable judgment given by Supreme Court. Mandatory school infrastructure, this I told, either you are a private run school or a government run school, we need to have functional, not for only for namesake, that should be functional, gender segregated toilets mandatory, sir. Adequate water supply. I remember, I have a girl child, 16 years old. Okay, she doesn't have any sanitary problem, but remember when she was I think 5th standard or 6th standard, she used to tell me, "Appa, you come and clean my school's toilet." Okay, there's no water, proper water is not there. Okay, there's no too much of this one, smell is coming. Okay, I remember that. I said I'll come and clean that also. Say adequate water supply should be there, hygiene facility should be there. Either your government or private, this is SSL and necessary and all they are saying. Okay, and both urban and rural area covered. Okay, so what I'm talking about gender segregated toilets is must, then adequate water supply is must, hygiene facility should be there, applicable to all the schools, government and private, urban and rural. Okay, free access, this is another important thing. Okay, it's not that it is simply there, you have to pay and get it. It's a free access of sanitary products. Also, biodegradable sanitary napkins should be available at free of cost. Supreme Court has mandated that every school should provide free of cost sanitary napkins and products. Okay, and this should be placed inside the toilet. Very, very important. Thereby, your privacy and dignity is means inside the toilet. Women toilet, the girl toilet should be there inside the toilet. Okay, vending machines are recommended. That should also be functioning. Thereby, this removes the economic barrier of the girl. Okay, the economic barrier of the girl is she may not be affordable to buy these products, but when she comes to the school, it is available free of cost. That may encourage her and her family to send the girl child to the school. Okay, that is what free access to sanitary products mean. Establish MHM corner. This I told you already. What I'll discuss this. Okay, so what is this? Is maternity health should include spare uniform, inner wear. Look at this. All this should be there inside the toilets. Disposable bag should be there. Emergency menstrual supply should be there. supports dignity during emergencies. Okay, we are having these products in case of emergency. There should be a spare uniform, inner wear, all this should be. There will be a MHM corner inside the school or inside the toilet itself. Okay, Supreme Court observed, look at this, MHM is not limited to the sanitation. It is a matter of dignity, autonomy, privacy, equality under Article 21. Okay, so very important landmark judgment given by the Supreme Court. So this will change the landscape of girl-child education in the entire India. Okay, so what is MHM? Menstrual Hygiene Management. Please write down, note down. This can be used in the mains level if they're talking about lack of education. Even they're talking about this one, literacy of the female. They're talking about female infanticide. You can always talk about this particular point. Okay, it is a comprehensive system. Enables the girl child to manage the menstruation safely, hygienically, privately, and dignity. Please write down MHM, Menstrual Hygiene Management. What is it? I already told you. Access to the safe, affordable menstrual products. Okay, privacy for changing and cleaning, functional toilets with water and soap. Please understand, these are very essential. May be available in the home. In our home, it will be available. But girls, most of the children's almost 8 to 10 hours, they are inside the school. Understand? So that is where these products are essential. And the Supreme Court says, have mandated, directed entire states and union territory that you should follow this. It should have this. Safe and environmental sound disposable mechanism. Spare uniforms. Again and again telling you, spare uniform should be available. Inner wear should be available. Disposable bag should be. All this are menstrual hygiene management, which is mandated by the Supreme Court in every school. An urban school, rural school, private school, as well as in government school. Okay, so what is the role of men here? Okay, see, as a mature men, we can understand, but boys are teenage boys. Okay, they are on the same level. They may not understand. They may make it as a sensitize it. Okay, so we should educate the male teachers as well as the male students. That is also important part of this Supreme Court verdict. Educate the male teachers and students. Normalize menstruation as a biological reality. No need to get now. I think now things are changing. Now even boys are understanding this. Okay, so it is a normal that every girl will go through this period. Okay, and prevent harassment, invasive question. No need to question anything. Why you are too much late in the toilet? If the teacher is, she may ask very casually, but it may. Understood? So don't question too much, invasive. Okay. Promote inclusive school environment. That is what the role of men or the boys in this particular thing. Okay. Accountability under RT is also they're talking about. The government school accountable under Section 19. Please note down this. Section 90 of the RT Act says that every government school, because under Article 21A, it is mandated that government will provide free and compulsory education. That is why government school are accountable under the RT Act under Section 19. Private school, okay, face derecognition if they are not compliant. Now, that's a very thing. Okay, if you are not following this, there will be a derecognition. Your license will be cancelled. Okay, so thereby they are enforcing it through strict regulations. Okay, so wonderful decision by the Supreme Court, and hope because of this, girl children in the school will be feeling safer and secure, and they will concentrate on the education. See you in another video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.